Good evening at the time of me recording this video, ladies and gentlemen. And if there's anything I love more, well, should I say, there's nothing more I love than being right. And I think it's human nature that we all just love to be right. And our points being proven just gives us so much pleasure. And now, if you all recall, I made a video talking about how She-Hulk is just awful. The show is terrible. There's only been very few that came out and defended it. And I'll leave a link to that old video talking about, doing my review about She-Hulk. And how, pretty much everything that you could possibly imagine has gone wrong with that show. From the main actress to supporting actors being completely unlikable. To now Disney completely taking She-Hulk and just throwing her, just sweeping her under the rug. Basically. And what I mean by that is She-Hulk on the main, if you go to Disney Plus right now and look at the MCU banner that shows the primary characters of the MCU right now, where She-Hulk used to be has now been replaced with Deadpool. Because let's just face it, Deadpool is just the better fourth wall breaker. Deadpool is also a much more likable, much more popular character, and Ryan Reynolds is a much better and likable actor than Tatiana Maslany, who played She-Hulk. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about the story in just a sec. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So it says here that Disney scrubs She-Hulk from Disney Plus promotion after recasting actress. And also, I just want to add another thing before I continue on with this article, is that Disney firmly does not believe in anything they say. And what I mean by that is that when they blindly promote something that, we all just don't like, and they all know that we don't like, later on, they just completely just sweep those things under the rug. I mean, can you blame Disney for canceling the last Star Wars series that came out recently? What was it called? God, I can't remember what it's called, but it's completely awful from what I know. The actresses, like Tatiana Maslany, was completely unlikable. This actress even came out and did a diss track to the fans. It's just a cardinal sin when fans are in a movie or in a show and they blame the fans. That's a cardinal sin. Blaming the fans is just completely wrong. You just don't do that, and that's what gets your show canceled. And I'm having a complete brain fart right now because I cannot remember for the life of me the name of that awful Star Wars show, because it's that forgettable and it's just that awful. And She-Hulk is just about the same. It's just awful. It's not a good show. You watch this and you're like, why is everybody horny? Why is this show overpowering, empowering women way too much? It's just poorly written. The dialogue is cringy. Everything about it is cringy. And you totally get it. Watch the show for yourself and you'll see what I'm talking about. So Disney has removed She-Hulk from its Marvel Cinematic Universe lineup on Disney Plus just weeks after recasting its eponymous lead. Marvel's Disney Plus era has been nothing short of divisive. Now, I didn't know that She-Hulk was recasted, and if she was, great. I hope they get somebody that's actually likable. While some projects have proven almost universally popular, such as WandaVision, others have generated more negative reviews, such as Secret Invasion, which is also another piece of shit show. However, few shows have split opinions quite as much as She-Hulk. Technically known as She-Hulk Attorney at Law, the show focused on Jennifer Walters, Tatiana Maslany, an attorney and cousin of Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo, who finds herself with the ability to turn into a 6'7" superpowered Hulk after being cross-contaminated with his blood. The show is by far one of the most unique Marvel entries, constantly breaking the fourth wall and featuring non-MCU cameos such as that of Megan Thee Stallion, which was stupid. Unfortunately, this uniqueness proved a bit too much for many viewers, despite cameos from much popular characters such as the Hulk himself, as well as Daredevil, Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox. It seems like the CGI writing, and we say this with a deep sigh that this is the case, its focus on female characters were irredeemable in the eyes of some Marvel fans, leading to a string of negative reviews. Listen, I'm gonna say this, just to be clear, I have no problem with lead characters being female. In fact, there are plenty of lead characters that I can think of that are female, that are likable, that are enjoyable to watch on screen. The problem is not the women in the show. The problem is how it's presented to us, the execution and how it's done. It's just poorly executed. It's awful. The writing is awful. And you can say that about any awful show, whether it's featuring a male or female lead. It doesn't matter. You know how many shit shows or awful movies there's been featuring a male lead, and nobody comes out of the gate saying oh, you guys are just a bunch of sexists. But no, when it's a female lead, they come out of the gate just saying, oh, you're a bunch of sexists because the lead is a female. No, it's just the bad writing. Like this article says here, WandaVision was a great show. I liked WandaVision, and one of the leads is a female. Like, I don't get it. Like, Wanda is a completely likable character, and Elizabeth Olsen is an incredibly likable actress. So there you have it. Am I a sexist, or are we sexist for that? No, because it's a very liked show. I don't understand. Like, the ingredient to having a good show is not so much of a secret. It's not a secret ingredient. Anyway, back to the article. So unsurprisingly, it seems like we're not getting a second season. As Maslany said, in January, I think we blew our budget, and Disney was like, no, thanks. While some still hope to see She-Hulk return to the MCU in another project, Disney's last development suggests that the company may have already moved on from the character. The MCU banner on Disney Plus, which showcases the franchise's current lineup of primary superheroes, has just been updated, removing She-Hulk in the process. Disney Plus replaced She-Hulk with Deadpool on their official Marvel Studios banner. So here it is right here. This is the tweet, right? Okay. So I'm going to pull it up right now. This is the image right here in question. So you got your lead characters right here. I think Captain Marvel can be easily replaced. That's also like a total unlikable character. The actress Elizabeth, what's her name? Brie Larson is an entirely, totally unlikable actress too. She's just insufferable. Sam Wilson, likable character. Wanda, likable character. Tom Hiddleston, Loki, likable character and actor. You know, Florence Pugh, you know, totally likable character. And there's She-Hulk, and then there's Deadpool right there. You know, Disney was like, let's remove this character. Let's just do it quietly so nobody notices, right? So, yeah. And you got all sorts of responses here. Like, you know, can they just add Deadpool without removing her? Well, this is somebody that probably blindly likes a character that's just awful. Are they just going to forget about her? About time with the laughing emoji. I don't see why they couldn't just stick them in there somewhere else. Though, anyway, people, please use your brain. There's a reason everyone else stayed on the banner one way or another. Yeah, because they're all likable with the exception of Brie Larson, which total terrible person. Here's like the J.K. Simmons laugh from Spider-Man 2. The only decent version of She-Hulk was the Tiger Butt Garrett made. Marvel Jesus has replaced Shrek. Are we complaining about this? Probably not. What a downgrade. Really? What a downgrade? Seriously? Deadpool? She-Hulk? Come on. Are you serious right now? Not poor She-Hulk. The actress is insufferable, and so is the character. The character's just terrible. The writing's terrible. The writing staff behind this show was just awful. They didn't care about the comics. They didn't respect it, and they wanted to, you know, they really wanted to push their agenda out there. They even admitted in an interview where like they think they can, you know, abuse their boss and like treat their boss, Kevin Feige, for example, like shit. And they can write whatever they want. They didn't even study like actual court cases or how law practice works. They didn't study any of that. They just winged it without a care in the world. That's not how you do a show. And I gotta lie, that's funny as AF, but Phase 6 or whatever is still dog shit. Yep. I mean, there's only a few there's only a few dime a dozen right there. Like it's like just a few golden goose eggs in Phase 6. It's just not a great phase at all. Like Deadpool said, you know, when Wolverine was entering the MCU, you're entering at a low point right now. But yeah, I mean, there you have it. That's it. What are your thoughts about, you know, Deadpool taking the She-Hulk spot? In her place is the Deadpool Ryan Reynolds, who recently led much more successful Marvel project Deadpool and Wolverine across the $1 billion mark. Of course, this doesn't necessarily mean She-Hulk is gone for good. However, it's not exactly a huge show of confidence in the character's future in the MCU to have her scrubbed from a poster that's meant to symbolize the key players in the multiverse saga. This follows another shift for the character in October when She-Hulk was recast in a brand new project titled Lego Marvel Avengers Mission Demolition. In the previous Lego Marvel movie Avengers Code Red, She-Hulk was voiced by Laura Post. Saved by the Bell's Tiffany Theosin now takes over for both Post and Maslany as the green superhero. But that's a voice, right? But anyway, would you like to see Tatiana Maslany return as She-Hulk? I don't care. But I would like to see the She-Hulk return played by a much more likable actress. That's just me. That's just my opinion. That's what I want to see. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. What are your thoughts about this whole situation? And should Deadpool have taken the She-Hulk spot on that banner right there? It just goes to show what Disney's thinking, and that Disney's thinking like this is the right move in the right direction. So anyway, post your comments, theories, thoughts, concerns, whatever, questions. And as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so you don't miss anything. And I will see you all in the next comic panel.